It's Sheiv the West. How you guys doing tonight? How you doing tonight? I'm doing solid. That's how I'm doing. What's up? It's Sheiv the West. You know. Fix that. Alright. How you guys feeling about this Bad Batch episode? Give me a 1 through 10. I'm not sure how many people actually stayed up to watch this tonight. So how y'all feeling about this episode? Change up this song right quick. Let's see about this. Wow. There you go. A little more light on my face. Maybe a little less. Trying to make this work better. How's my lighting looking tonight? I think I made it a tiny bit better than it may have been. But who's to say? Not me. I don't know. Let's change up this song though. Cause we in the Lair. Let's get it. Let's get it. I thought this episode was a solid 7. It was a solid 7 to me. How you guys feeling about it? What's up, Patrick Ray? Good to see you in here. Turn the mic up, the music down. Alright. Alright. We're going to turn the mic up a little bit. How's that sound, guys? I'm going to turn the music down a little more, too. How we sounding? How we looking? Everything good now that we're back in the Lair? What up? Alright. So like I was saying, I thought it was a solid 7. I don't know, man. I was kind of hoping for more. Obviously, my expectations are a little high. Talking about this stuff every week. Calling out for Boba. Talking with Daniel Logan and everything. But I was hoping for a little bit more than a 7 this week. Especially when Loki was out here killing it. You know, I have this whole little theory that the last 4 episodes of the Bad Batch are going to be straight fire. Just because we know Dave Filoni loves to give us some good season finales. And he's given us a really good 4-part arc at the end of the Clone Wars. Along with 4 incredible, if not the best episodes in all of Rebels at the end of the show as well. So, I don't know. Obviously, we are probably getting more than just this one season, but like I said, Dave Filoni loves to give us some strong finales, and I'm looking forward to it. Overall, I think the most important part of this episode, episode 10 of the Bad Batch, which was titled Common Ground, which was confirmed by the leaks that we were going off of, so the rest of the month is confirmed as well. It's good to know though, man. I'm really hyped for the rest of the season. I think these last 6 episodes are going to be really good. Even this one that felt a little lackluster to me, I thought was a solid 7. So if 7 is the worst you're going to give me, Dave, I'm okay with that. I think even the Sid episode could have been like a 6 for some people, if not lower. So it's solid, man. The last 4 episodes will be awesome. That's right, Patrick Ray. I agree with you 100%. Sounding crispy and looking clean. Must be something like French fries or something. The finale is going to be dope. I think so too. So yeah, the common ground ended up being Echo finding some common ground with Senator... what was his name? Senator Singh. Echo found common ground with Senator Singh. It seemed like the main focus on this episode in terms of like teaching you something, you know, or just like the Filoni George method of like each episode you can pull something out of. The biggest thing other than, you know, what we learned about Omega is that, you know, it showed Echo not really trusting the other, or, you know, the Separatists, even though the Separatists are no longer their enemy. The Clone War has ended. So their real enemy is the Empire, but he still has that gripe and like that soldier, like they're my enemy and they always kind of will be, you know. So that's like why it was called Common Ground, because Echo really found some common ground with Senator Singh. And like, Senator Singh wanted to be there for his people and protect his people, and it almost seemed like over exaggerated, like to where Senator Singh almost seemed dumber than his droid at times. And it's really shown, though. It shows you, like, you see how Echo feels that distrust of like working with the separatists and like helping the separatists, and now all of a sudden, like, he realizes that all he was ever trying to do is protect the people of the Republic as well. And so how different is this guy than he is, really? And that's the common ground there. I think also the stuff we learned about Omega was probably even more interesting than that, though. And like, we had some cool fight scenes and some cool action going on in there. It was almost better even than last episode's action. So the action definitely helped with this episode. But Omega's whole little tiny arc with Sid was actually probably the highlight of the episode, and we got very little of it. Sid and her run like a little gambling trick, and it ends up paying off the Bad Batch's day. And the main focus of this is how like intelligent Omega seems, and it almost seems like Omega could potentially have that heightened awareness that Star Wars Santa and I have been predicting about. So she either, in my opinion, has a heightened awareness or is heightened intelligence, kind of like Tech. So that would be probably one of the best parts of a clone, but having her have pure Jango DNA makes her probably even more exceptional fighter than all the other clones combined, other than Boba. I on that note too, I was watching the end of season 2 of the Clone Wars, where it has that little 3-episode Boba arc. And we get this little point in the first like part of the arc where the other Jango clones, like the cadets, are shooting these discs, kind of like practice shots. And the first 2 clone cadets that go up completely miss, and they're almost not even close. They only get 1 try. And so Boba comes up and he nails it. And the guy even launched the disc before he even sat down. So Boba nailed it, and they're like, all right, well, I bet you couldn't shoot 3 of them in a, like, TIE kind of formation. I don't even know exactly what he said. Obviously, they're not TIE fighters. But he shoots 3 of the discs, and Boba nails each and every single one of them. Even the clone that shoots the disc is, like, shocked about it. Like, that's not something normal clones do. Sid is like Omega's street mentor. That's straight facts. Tim. But yeah, so Boba, even from a young age of like 11 or 12, was better and more skilled than almost any clone around. And that's because he was the purest Jango DNA of all, knowing that he was Alpha, which indicates that he's the first clone ever. And of course he would be. That was Jango's one condition. So Boba and Jango showed from a young age that they were highly skilled and, pretty intelligent people. Like, Boba's probably the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, probably ever. So to see him from a young age doing that, I could totally see now that Omega's getting more life experience, more experience fighting from some of the best highly skilled, highly advanced and enhanced clones from the Bad Batch. I could see Omega becoming potentially even more of a threat than Boba, or just, having that heightened awareness or intelligence could potentially make her better than Boba in a way. Daniel Logan was tweeting during the episode too. I was trying to run the watch party over at the Den of Nerds. And Daniel Logan was tweeting, and I was like, all right, what'd he say? It was pretty funny, though. He basically posted a picture of Jango Fett and himself as when from Attack of the Clones when he was a kid. And someone in the comments basically said something about that they were watching the same episodes of Clone Wars that I was, the end of season 2. And they said it was so cool that he got to come back and play it, which is what I've been talking about too. I think that's really dope. And he basically quoted it and said, yeah, it was an awesome opportunity getting to work on the Clone Wars. And I was super, like, he's said basically he was super excited. And, like, if it was an honor to play Boba Fett again. So, me, I had to come in there and tell him, well, I hope we get to see you play Boba Fett in the future. Put Boba Fett in the Bad Batch and put Boba Fett in the Book of Boba, please. That is all I want at this point. That's all I want from Star Wars. Forget the Kenobi show. Who needs the Kenobi show? Who needs Ahsoka? Give me some Daniel Logan. Who needs Hayden Christensen when you have Daniel Logan, man? That's all I'm saying. Yep. Tim says, bro, the whole Alpha Omega thing is so cool. I really like what they did with the bringing Omega, and it fits so well. We already know so much about the world, and there's still so much that we don't know. That is very true, Tim. I'm excited. The fact that we're learning all of this about Omega, and that I think in the last 6 episodes they're really going to emphasize like what we've learned about Omega, and we're going to finally figure out the full details of what her abilities are, if she has like a true enhancement other than being a pure Gen 1 DNA female version of him. Like, I think there is probably a heightened awareness to her, or some type of heightened ability. And I think we're going to figure that out in the last 6 episodes for sure. Vito says, did they actually call Boba Alpha clone? Basically, when Tech is talking about the only other clone being like her, he refers to him as being named Alpha, which is probably the name the Kaminoans gave to him as he was the first clone. We know that Jango Fett's only request, basically, and doing, being the host of this clone army, was that he had an unaltered version for himself to be like his son. So Jango's like pure replication was Boba Fett. Boba Fett is literally a 1-to-1 replication of Jango, and he becomes even better. I'm like, from what we've seen of Boba Fett in that one scene, Vito, he's better than Jango ever was. And he's learned from Jango from a young age. And, Jango's one reason for wanting, to do this clone army thing was Boba. So he wanted Boba to be an even better version of himself. And I think he succeeded in that. I think the Kaminoan succeeded in that as well. His original code name was Alpha. Exactly, Tim. Let's turn this music down a little bit more. I don't know how loud it is. What else are we talking about, though? I think it might be a little bit till we see Boba Fett still. That could probably be what we see at the end of the season. I know a lot of people think maybe Darth Vader. I think that could be really cool. But I think if there's going to be future seasons to this, we're not going to see Darth Vader for a little bit. And we know he was doing and going through a lot right after Revenge of the Sith. We have comics kind of leading into that, talking about that. So I don't think we'll probably see Vader for another season. And it would make more sense that at the end of this season, maybe some of the Bad Batch die. And maybe like Cad Bane, comes for revenge and kills one of them finally or something. I don't really know. I think it could get crazy though. But I think, someone in the Bad Batch might die, and then Boba Fett is going to probably come into the picture, and that's who we're going to see at the end of the season. The way they've been hyping him up, like, very subtly for the sweats all season, it really does seem like he's going to be in the show, and I think if they're going to put anyone in the show, it's going to be Boba Fett at the end of the season, and, that would make a lot of sense going into Book of Boba in December. Obviously, we have Visions coming up, and this Saturday, basically tomorrow now, we're getting our first look at Visions most likely at a panel at Anime Con or something like that. It's basically, there's an anime panel where we're going to see our first look at Visions. Visions is a Star Wars show that is about basically, we don't even know what it's really about, but It's created by the best animators or anime creators in Japan. So I think we're in good hands with Visions, and I'm excited to see, what we're going to get on this Saturday. Where is Tarkin, says Vito. We haven't seen Tarkin since, I guess, the episode. Did we even see him? We didn't even see him that episode with Rampart. That's a good question. I wonder if the Tarkin book is around this time period, because I haven't read that yet. I don't know, but I do think we're probably not going to see a lot of Tarkin the rest of the season, if at all the rest of the season. I think Rampart is the one that he kind of passed it off to, and he probably has more pressing matters to deal with, and he's entrusting the new project War Mantle in Rampart, so he's probably out of the picture at this point. Rampart is probably the head Imperial we have to worry about. What else could we see the rest of the season? I'm curious. I really want to find those leaked titles. Jeez, wasn't that in a video that Den of Nerds did or something? Darn. I don't know. I probably can't find them right now. If you guys can find a list of the episodes that are coming the rest of July, let me know what you can find. We can only hear the crickets. I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of crickets at this hour of night. Let alone within the crowd. You guys are crickets right now. Everybody's sleeping. The Bad Batch episode wasn't hyped enough. It was only a 7. Crickets. Let's turn the music back up so you don't have to hear the crickets. Can you hear the music more than the crickets now? Yeah, the crickets are very appropriate for this Bad Batch episode, man. Very appropriate. I'm a proud cricket, says Tim. Good for you, man. I'm sure Tarkin will meet with Vader, says Lord Vito. I think they're probably meeting up around this time for the first time. And Tarkin's gonna realize eventually that it's Anakin. I gotta read the Tarkin book. I don't even have it. Now it's a little loud. Oh, it did go louder than I thought it would. How is that? Still too loud, or is that good now? Can you hear my voice as well? Oh my gosh. Don't you just love Streamlabs, man? Vito says, remember, if Omega becomes a threat, Sidious will sense it and send Vader. Okay, relax. Omega's not going to be a threat to them. If anything, she'd just be more of a threat than Boba. That doesn't make her a threat to Sidious or Vader. Plus, why would she want to take down Sidious and Vader? She probably won't like the Empire, but that's not. No. That's maybe she does become a threat to them, and that's why we don't see her much, is because she's on the run or hiding out with Boba or something. Maybe Boba's protecting her. I don't know. I want more Boba. Give me more Boba. Now I think it's too low, to be honest. No, that's too loud. Gosh dang it. Alright, hopefully that's a good volume. I don't know why it keeps... Whatever. Not gonna mess with it. We good. Perfect, bro. I probably adjusted it out of a perfect level, but that's alright. Them crickets, man. That's how I'm feeling about episode 10. Kind of crickets. I don't think a lot of people are gonna like this episode after the last 3. And, I think this show is really going to be a show that is more of a binging show, kind of like a Netflix series, how they drop it all at once. I think that would have done more justice to this show. And I think, or if they even did like 2 episodes a week, I think that would have maybe been a little better even. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come next. I don't know what to expect after this. I think we're definitely getting Boba at some point, but that's probably not till even the season finale. I wonder if Fennec and Cad Bane are gonna show back up soon. I don't know. It seemed like Cad Bane might need some fuel or something. I think he was still on Boravio, so I didn't expect to see him this episode right away. Tim says, I think Boba is his nickname, like Fives is a nickname, and while the other clones had numbers, Boba's name was Alpha. This true? No. See, Boba was a hand-picked clone for Jango Fett that was a pure clone. And, yeah, his nickname, he didn't have a nickname. That was the name that Jango Fett gave him. Boba is the name that Jango Fett gave him. And his name from the Kaminoans was Alpha. So Boba is just the name Jango gave him once he became like his son. That's what's true. That's why you ask, and yes, I know. Much love to you, Tim. Tim is an OG. This man gave me the idea for Daniel Logan, to hit him up and to look into Daniel Logan playing Boba Fett again. Hell yeah. No problem, Tim. Much love, bro. He also created this pretty dope beat that I can't control the volume of. It's going crazy. We're going crazy in the lair. Tim's an OG. That's what that is. I don't know, man. There's really not a lot to go off of this episode. I think I covered most of it just like that. I think, the one thing we didn't really talk about from this episode was, the relationship Sid and Omega kind of formed in this episode. It seemed like, Sid at first was kind of like, if you were more useful, and she realized she was a little hard on Omega. And it seems always like Omega is a lot more interested in burp. My bad. Yeah, so Sid and Omega were like forming that relationship, and Omega wanted to be useful, and so that's why she did that little trick and did 60% of the most likely 60% of the fee with her little scam with Sid. But it paid off their debt, and I think the fact that the Bad Batch don't have a debt now can lead to a lot more going forward. I think even that, they were going to deny doing this project, or, this job, because I think Singh was a separatist, so they didn't really want to do it. And, a job is a job, as Sid said, and they ended up doing it, and because there's Imperials all over the planet, that's why they didn't bring Omega. And, the relationship Sid and Omega formed, I think it's going to eventually lead to Omega getting that white helmet. And I think that's going to be dope. I think Omega needs that white helmet now that we know it's not going to be Boba's. And just the fact she's kind of like Boba's sister, it makes even more sense to give her the prototype white armor, It's going to be lit. I'm hyped for it. I think we're definitely going to see that. And I made kind of a 180 turn on Sid this episode. I kind of thought she was shady, and she even said not to trust her. And I do think she's more interested in, protecting Omega. And she's more intrigued with Omega, probably because she's seen other clones, judging by the fact she has other clone helmets. So I think maybe she just knows there's something more special about Omega. And yeah, man, I definitely think Sid is a better person than I thought she was. That's for sure. Obviously, she still does some scumbaggy stuff, scamming people with Omega. But she definitely gets one more golden star in my book. Yeah, I really like their bond too. I think it's cool that Omega and Sid kind of have somewhat of a like connection, and they're both like, you know, Omega's the one that figured out that Sid was the contact. So I agree with you, Tim. Omega with the white armor. Let's go. I need it. I'm with you. It is a cool dynamic. It is a really cool dynamic. You know, another thing that kind of excites me from this episode, at least, is the fact that I think all of the trailer footage has now been shown. So when a lot of times when all the trailers footage is shown, that's because things are about to get a little wild. I wouldn't even doubt that we could potentially get a trailer this upcoming week, or, you know, on Monday. I'm interested to look into the episode guide that will come out Monday too. So keep your eyes out for that type of stuff. I'm probably going to talk about it in a live stream, or maybe even do a video on it. We'll see though. Like I said, there's honestly not a lot to go on this episode. It was still a cool episode. Still progressed the plot and progressed Omega's story. So I don't think it's filler at all. But I understand how a lot of people maybe could see it as a filler type of episode. I don't know, man. It's still a solid 7 for me. It was enjoyable. It was fun. The action was pretty good. Tim says, we know Dave is going to give us the juicy finale. Oh, yes. He's going to give us a very juicy finale. I agree. He always does. Always does. What else are we thinking, though? How'd you guys feel about that episode? How we feeling? What do you guys expect to happen next? Is everybody asleep? Because I'm getting sleepy. I don't blame you guys. I'm right there with you. Might need to end this one a little short tonight, because honestly, the tired is getting to me. I'm having a good time though. I think it's been a fun night. I wish the episode was a little bit better, but it's all good. It was enjoyable still. It was fun. I'm definitely always having fun with the Bad Batch. It has been quite fun so far. Pretty dang fun so far. Ooh. Well, I can tell you guys this. Today we hit 300 subscribers, and I'm really excited about it. You know, thank you to the Simpire. Thanks for everybody that comes to these live streams, even at 1 a.m. or 4 a.m., depending on where you are. I know it can be a little crazy. Sheiv's a little crazy for doing all this, but I love y'all, and I love y'all for coming by and checking us out all the time, since we be streaming so much. Definitely, you gotta go check out my Twitter, just because it's been pretty active lately, and I'm talking with Daniel Logan on there, you know. Check out Vader's Lair. It's a dope place. Twitter, I try to make Twitter more of a positive place. I know there's somewhat of a stigma of everybody being negative, and it can happen. It can definitely happen sometimes. Ooh, we got people in the chat. Alright, hold on. We all have Sheiv on while dozing off. That's right, Adam Nelson. Even Sheiv is dozing off. Just subscribe today, says Invincible's Word. What's up, man? Glad you're here. Thanks for checking out the Lair. I'm sorry. This is not how the streams normally go. I mean, normally I am tired, and I'm doing them late, and I'm speculating like crazy. But tonight I'm extra tired. I don't know why. It was a long day of work. We were cleaning up the entire place. But Sheiv is tired, man. The castle is getting dim. The episode wasn't hyped enough. I don't know, man. Sheiv is feeling tired. I'm glad you're here, though, Invincible's word. I'm very glad you're here. Invincible was a dope show. I think it's been one of the best shows this year. Can't say it's been better than The Bad Batch for me, just because I'm a Star Wars nerd. But it was damn good. I love me some Invincible. What was I going on about in terms of Bad Batch? I don't know, man. I hope we get Boba Fett. I think we're gonna get Boba Fett. Invincible's words said what? What are we talking about now? He said, "Thank you. I enjoy it here." I enjoy it here too, man. YouTube's a fun place. Streamlabs is dope and lets me talk with you guys and stream. But it's very annoying. I can tell you guys this and tease you a little bit. I might have a good homie that went to film school coming over tomorrow. We might do some filming. We might do an episode or two. Maybe a live stream. When I'm more awake. It's going to be a good time though. I think we're going to get some content done for you guys tomorrow. Maybe even a video and a stream. We'll see how it goes though. Definitely think his camera is a lot better than mine, so it might look pretty good. Plus he has some pretty sharpened editing tools, having gone to school for it and everything. So hopefully the content starts to improve a little bit more, and at the least I can get some, good pointers from him. Hitting 300 subscribers today is a big deal, man. I'm barely 2 months into this, so 300 subscribers is a good amount of growth, I think. And we're getting a lot of watch time up there, and we're getting ever closer to getting monetized eventually. I will say before we head out that at 500 subscribers, I'm planning to do a Funko Pop giveaway. I think it's gonna be pretty dope, and they're all gonna be Star Wars Funkos. They're not gonna be like super expensive ones. I got a collection to keep up. We might do a video on the pop collection at some point, but I don't know. I got too many pops at this point to be doing all that. And other things, I'm getting through the Light of the Jedi a little bit. Starting to read the second chapter. I think tomorrow I might get some reading done too, and we're gonna do some videos on that. Talk about my feelings about the High Republic now that I'm giving it a chance. And yeah, man, not a lot going on in Star Wars. Not a very hyped episode. It'll be interesting to see what kind of news comes out this week. Probably try to crank out some videos during next week too. We'll see. That's kind of the plan for the Lair the next week or so. I'm kind of hoping that the next episode's an 8 or a 9 though. A little bit let down by this one, Dave. Just a little bit. It was still fun. It was still informative. It was good, but not great. That's just how I'm feeling at almost 2 a.m. over here in Cali. I will see you guys tomorrow though. Sheiv is ready to hit the hay and fall asleep at this point. A little bit of a shorter stream, so thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for hitting 300 subscribers for Vader's Lair. Once this little live stream is over, I'm going to drop the link to the Discord. Come on over to the Discord. I think that might be the way that we organize the Funko Pop giveaways. We'll see how it ends up working out. But definitely smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, or this little stream. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button and subscribe for more awesome Star Wars content like this. I promise the future ones are going to be a lot better than this. Definitely some awesome, exciting times for Star Wars. So thank you guys for checking me out. And as I always say, may the Force be with you always. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Give me a better one next week, Dave, please. Something better than a 7. Give me like an 8. A 10 would be preferred again. I need good content to make good videos. Just kidding. We pull good content out of thin air over here at the Lair. Much love to you guys again. 300 subscribers strong. And let's get another 300 going this week. Let's go. Let's get it. Peace.